Hello, my radiant and magnificent Leo souls. Welcome back to Cosmic Wisdom, your sacred space for illuminating the profound truths written in the stars and within your own heart. I am your guide, and if you have found your way to this specific message at this precise moment in your journey, I need you to understand with every fiber of your brilliant being that this is not a coincidence. This is a divine appointment. Pause with me for just a moment. Before we venture into the heart of this truth, I invite you to honor this space. Find a place where you can be undisturbed. Take a deep, intentional breath in, feeling the golden light of the cosmos fill your lungs, stoking the fire within. Hold it for a count of 3, and as you exhale, release everything that has been dimming your shine. Let go of the weight, the doubt, the noise. Let your royal shoulders relax, and let your heart, that vast and generous sun that warms your entire universe, open itself to receive. Because the cosmos, in its infinite and loving wisdom, has orchestrated this meeting between your spirit and the words that are about to be spoken. Leo, you were born of the sun. Your very essence is light, warmth, creativity, and a power so palpable it can be felt by everyone who enters your orbit. But perhaps lately, you have felt a strange chill. You felt the shadows lengthen even when you are trying to shine your brightest. You've given your warmth freely, only to feel a curious coldness in return. You have sensed a disconnect, a story being told about you that does not match the truth of your generous heart. You have felt the weight of a crown that feels less like a symbol of your sovereignty and more like a cage of expectation. If this resonates, if you have felt that your light is being misunderstood, misjudged, or even deliberately stolen, you are not imagining it. If you can feel the profound truth of that statement stirring in your soul, if your inner lion is roaring in recognition, I want you to do something for me right now. Make a sacred pact with your own radiance. Press that like button, not as a casual click, but as a powerful declaration to the universe that you are ready to reclaim your light and stand in your full power. And if this path of cosmic wisdom feels like coming home, then please subscribe to the channel so we can continue to walk this journey of awakening together. Finally, to seal this intention, go to the comments below and declare your divine birthright by typing "Share your birth date for a lucky surprise." Let us begin this sacred coronation together, shall we? Are you ready, my dear Leo? Because there is a subtle yet powerful adversary that has been making its way toward you. It may not arrive with a declaration of war. It often comes disguised as concern, as a backhanded compliment, or even as the deafening silence in a room that was just filled with laughter. You might not believe the audacity of it, the sheer ingratitude for all the light you so freely give. But I need you to listen to me now and let this truth become the unshakable bedrock of your kingdom. What truly matters is not the fleeting shadow cast by the insecurity of others. What matters is the eternal, indestructible fire the universe placed within your heart at the moment of your birth. And that fire, magnificent Leo, that fire is about to become an inferno of truth. No one and nothing can extinguish it. The darkness has tried before, and it has failed every single time. Your light was designed to be victorious. Let's dive deep into the heart of this, shall we? There are wounds, my friends, that do not come from a physical battle. They do not leave visible scars. The deepest wounds, the ones that ache in the very center of your soul, often come from being unseen. They come from the feeling of pouring your entire radiant heart into something, a relationship, a project, a friendship only to have its brilliance overlooked, taken for granted, or worse, claimed by another. They come from the quiet poison of envy. I know this because in my journey of holding sacred space, I have sat with countless royal souls like yours, Leos, whose profound strength was being tested not by overt opposition, but by the covert warfare of being diminished. And let's be absolutely clear, the goal of this energy is not to destroy you in a single dramatic blow. Its cruelty is far more insidious. It is a slow-acting poison, designed to make you doubt the validity of your own light. It chips away at the diamond of your self-worth, facet by facet. It is designed to make you question the very fire that gives you life. And then one morning, you might look in the mirror and see a stranger looking back, their eyes dimmed by a question you never thought you'd ask. Was I too much? Is my light a burden? Leo, your heart was forged in the center of the solar system. You were born with a creative spirit and a capacity for generosity that is nothing short of a superpower. You don't just exist, you radiate, you illuminate, you bring warmth and life to those around you. This is your greatest gift, but it can also be the source of your deepest pain. When these energies of envy and disregard come for you, you don't just notice them. You feel them on a cellular level. You are the sun, and you instantly feel the presence of a cold planet, a black hole, trying to absorb your light without reflection. You may carry that feeling home, not as a passing thought, but as a heavy, cold stone that you place inside the fiery chamber of your heart. To the outside world, you are the epitome of strength. You walk with your head held high, you smile, you command your space. Your famous confidence is impenetrable, but deep inside, where no one else can see, you know a part of your soul is aching. You are wrestling with the ultimate violation, for a solar being, the betrayal of light. Let me ask you something, and I want you to be truly, deeply honest with yourself. Have you ever been in a group sharing a creative idea with passion and excitement, only to have someone else repeat it 5 minutes later and receive all the credit? Have you ever felt that cold shiver down your spine when you share good news and the smile you receive in return doesn't quite reach the person's eyes? I know you have, because a Leo soul cannot pretend to be blind to inauthenticity. Your entire being is calibrated to the frequency of heartfelt expression and genuine recognition. And here is the fundamental cosmic truth that many are too afraid to speak aloud. The envy directed at you is never ever about you. It is a projection. It is a distorted mirror reflecting the cavernous insecurity, the jealousy, and the unignited potential living inside the person who feels it. People don't try to dim your light because you are flawed. They try to dim your light because its intensity illuminates all the parts of themselves they have refused to face. And rather than do the sacred work of igniting their own inner flame, it is far easier to try and throw a blanket over yours, to twist your confidence into arrogance, to turn your generosity into a weakness they can exploit. But here is the danger, my powerful friend. When you feel that coldness again and again, when the poison of being overlooked is administered repeatedly, even the strongest lion can begin to doubt their own roar. You might start to believe that you must hide your brilliance, soften your passion, become less. You just so others will feel more comfortable. And that right there is the only way the darkness can truly win. Not because it ever had any power of its own, but because for a moment you forgot the thunderous, unwavering truth of the sun within your own soul. Listen to me, Leo, and listen closely. Envy and disregard are like shadows in an empty room. They only have power because they are defined by a light they are not. They only haunt you when you forget that you are the source of the light. Your worth does not require a committee for approval. Your radiance does not need an audience to exist. Your truth simply needs you to stand in it, to breathe in it, to own it with the same unapologetic glory as the sun rising in the sky. Let me share something I have learned from holding space for thousands of souls on their journeys. The deepest, most lasting wounds from being diminished don't come from the act itself. They come from how long a person stayed silent, not to the world, but to themselves, about their own worth. They believed that enduring the pain, swallowing the disregard, was a sign of humility. But often, that kind of silence is not humility, it is self-abandonment. It is the slow abdication of your own throne. Your passion, Leo, is not a flaw. Your need to express yourself is not a curse. It is your divine compass. It is your soul's GPS guiding you toward creation, joy, and leadership. Because of it, you can inspire others and bring dreams into reality with a mastery others can only dream of. Never forget this. Your confidence is not arrogance, it is divine alignment. I know you have likely lived through the searing pain of giving your loyal heart to someone who could not match its fire. You've been misunderstood by the very people you sought to warm and protect. You've been judged by those who have never dared to stand in the center of their own stage to risk being seen. And through it all, you straightened your crown, put on your armor of a smile, and told yourself, "I will shine anyway." And you did. But deep inside, a voice whispered, "Why? Why can't they just see my heart?" It's because, my dear friend, they were never meant to see your heart. They were only meant to be the catalysts. They were the friction necessary to make you realize that your light is not dependent on their reflection. It is self-sustaining. I want you to pause with me again. Close your eyes. Breathe. Remember the last time you felt unseen, unappreciated. Remember that moment you chose not to cause a scene, not to lash out with your formidable roar. Do you know why you held back? It was not weakness. It was your ancient wise soul knowing on a profound level that the universe keeps a perfect ledger. Karma is a far more precise and potent force than any demand for recognition you could ever make. The universe does not need you to beg for applause. It only needs you to remain unshakably true to your own creative fire. Your light, your authentic energetic signature will do the rest. It will dismantle the shadows far more effectively than any argument. That is the lesson I want to etch into the very core of your being today. You were not born to live in the shadowlands of other people's validation. You were born to be your own sun, to create your own solar system, the powerful, undeniable gravitational pull of your soul. And here is my promise to you, a promise backed by the immutable laws of the cosmos. Every act of envy, every moment of disregard, every attempt to steal your light will eventually dissolve like mist in the morning sun. It has no substance, it has no foundation. But your truth, your loyalty, your passion, your capacity for boundless love, these are the eternal elements. These are the things that remain glowing, untouchable, and forever powerful. So ask yourself again, Leo, do I still want to allow my inner world to cool because of the hollow emptiness of others? Or is it time? Is it finally time to listen only to the unwavering, radiant voice of my own magnificent heart? Believe me when I tell you, behind every shadow that tries to touch you, there is a glorious sovereign truth waiting to rise. And once it rises, it will never ever let you stand in the dark again. Let me share a practice, a ritual of alchemy that I have shared with so many other solar souls who have walked this path. One night, after feeling the profound weight of my own light being taken for granted, I sat before a single flickering candle. I took a piece of paper and I wrote it all down every time I felt small. Every time my generosity was met with entitlement. Every painful moment of being invisible. I didn't hold back. I poured all the shadow, all the chill onto the page. And then, with great intention, I held that paper to the flame. I watched it curl and blacken the words, turning to ash rising on the heat and dissolving into the air. In that sacred moment of fire and release, I saw it with breathtaking clarity. The disregard of others is only ash. It is the remnant of something that was never truly real. But my soul, your soul, Leo, your soul is the fire, and fire is never consumed by ash. Fire only grows hotter, brighter, and more powerful when the winds of adversity blow against it. I want you to hold on to this sacred knowing. Your truth needs no defense. It is the defense. It is the eternal flame that burns on its own. No matter how many times people try to douse it with their coldness and their fears. Have you ever felt your entire body tense up under the pressure of a false compliment, a passive-aggressive remark that landed like a physical blow to your heart? We all have. And I tell you this so you can reframe that experience. That physical reaction, that pain does not make you weak. It proves that your connection to the truth is so profound, so visceral, that your body cannot and will not tolerate falsehood. It is a sign of your power, not your fragility. Try to imagine this: every act of envy is a tiny dark cloud. The person sending it hopes it will drift in front of your sun, hoping it will block your vision, hoping it will create a moment of doubt. But you do not have to give that cloud power. You do not have to hold on to it or analyze it. All you need to do is stand in the full radiance of your own being, take one deep breath, and gently exhale, stoking your own flames. In the brilliant, unwavering glow of your authentic self, the cloud simply evaporates. It leaves no trace. It has nowhere to exist in the face of such light. Let's do a small ritual together, right here, right now. I invite you to gently place one hand over your heart center, the seat of your inner sun. Feel the steady, powerful rhythm beneath your palm. Close your eyes for just a few seconds. Bring to mind a time, a person, a situation that made you feel small or unseen. See it in your mind's eye. And then whisper these words either aloud or in the sanctuary of your own soul: I return this shadow to where it belongs. It is not mine to carry. I keep only the light, the love, and the power that dwell within my own heart. Now take another deep breath. And as you exhale, imagine a layer of heavy gray clouds dissolving away from your being, revealing the brilliant golden sun that you are. When you open your eyes, feel that lightness. That, my dear Leo, is the first step of reclaiming your kingdom. Truth is not something you must go out and fight for. It already dwells within you like the powerful nuclear fusion happening at the core of a star. People may try to build structures of doubt around you. They may try to plant gardens of their own insecurities in your light, but they can never stop the fire at your core. Truth always finds its way to the surface. Like the sun, it will break through the densest clouds to warm the world. The lesson here is simple, yet it holds immeasurable power. Truth does not need you to defend it by roaring. It only asks that you stand in it. When you release the need to explain your worth, to justify your shine, to prove your generosity, you become energetically sovereign, freer. And it is that calm, centered, radiant power that becomes the most definitive and blinding answer to every shadow ever cast. I know what you might be thinking, but doesn't my silence mean they get away with it? Oh no, my powerful Leo, your silence is not about them. Your calm radiance is a sovereign declaration that says, I do not belong to this small and petty game of shadows. My energy is far too valuable to be spent here. You do not need arguments to prove your brilliance, for the universe is always the quiet, omniscient witness to your light. And do you know this? Shadows can only survive in the absence of light. But you were born to be the light itself. Consider this very moment a ritual of profound cleansing. Imagine you are standing in a vast golden throne room, but you are no longer burdened by the expectations of your kingdom. In this sacred space, you see your reflection, and it is a radiant, unbound soul. A soul shaking off the final remnants of dust and doubt. A soul standing tall and powerful like a blazing sun, unafraid of any darkness. And in that very moment of self-recognition, the shadows vaporize, the disregard dissolves, and you will see your true face, perhaps for the first time in a long time, the face of a sovereign soul, stepping into a sacred cycle of rebirth. Imagine this, Leo. After a long, chilling eclipse, the sky finally begins to clear. The light does not return with a thunderous crash. It arrives in the stillness. It comes like a gentle, warm hand resting upon your shoulder, whispering, "Now. Now is the time to return to your throne." I have lived through such a moment. After pouring my heart out and being met with indifference after my light was used to warm others who then complained about the heat, there came a morning when I awoke and realized I was no longer angry. The pain was still there, a faint echo in the distance, but it had transformed. It had become fertile soil. And from that rich, dark soil, the first tender shoots of true, unshakable self-love began to grow. So it is with you, my dear Leo. After metaphorically burning the ashes of disregard, after breathing away the clouds of envy, your soul is now stepping into a sacred cycle of rebirth. This is not a small adjustment. This is not a minor course correction. This is a holy transformation. The sun reclaiming its center. You may have once thought of yourself as too much, or wondered if you were cursed by your own intensity. But the truth is, the universe has chosen you as a living testament to the power of radiance and creative force. You are not returning to who you once were. That person is gone, and we honor their journey. You are becoming an entirely new being, deeper, stronger, wiser, and more luminous than ever before. Remember this, Leo, a soul like yours never truly fades. You only shed layers again and again, each time emerging more brilliant than the last. I want you to feel this now. Let's do another short visualization together. Gently close your eyes. Imagine yourself standing at the center of your own solar system. The old planets, the cold and distant ones of sorrow and betrayal, are dissolving, fading back into the cosmic dust. And then new energy begins to approach. It is warm, creative, and sparkling with divine light. As it enters your orbit, it feels like a sacred alignment, a cosmic dance that honors your light, drawing energy from it and reflecting it back in beautiful harmony. You do not need to pull it in. You do not need to resist. You need only to stand still, radiant and sovereign, and let your natural gravity do its holy work. This is the nature of rebirth. It is not about forcing yourself to shine brighter. It is about surrendering to the natural cosmic law that places you, the sun, at the very center of your own magnificent life. I have learned a great truth in my journey. Rebirth does not happen for an audience. It happens in the sacred silence of your own heart. No one else can truly see it happening, and that's okay. They may still see the old you. They may still judge from a distance, but you will know. Deep within your being, you will feel the shift. You will know that you have reclaimed your throne. Ask yourself, Leo, am I truly opening my arms to welcome this new chapter? Or am I still in some small way looking over my shoulder for the approval of those who live in the shadows? Your answer will determine the grace and speed with which you step into what comes next. You may still carry scars, but please hear me when I say this. Your scars are not signs of weakness. They are maps of your survival. They are proof that you have lived with an open heart, that you have loved fiercely, that you have fallen into darkness and have risen again. And within every single scar lies a hidden light. Like the Japanese art of kintsugi, where broken pottery is mended with gold, it is your very cracks, your healed wounds that make you priceless, beautiful, and unbreakable. From this moment forward, you no longer need to shrink yourself to make someone else feel comfortable. You do not need to dim your brilliant light so that others can feel at ease in their shadows. You were born to be a beacon. You were born to illuminate the world, to bring both the gentle warmth of dawn and the wild, untamable power of a solar flare into this reality. And do you know what will happen as you step into this new, fully embodied chapter of your life? Those around you will feel your energetic shift. It will be undeniable. Some will retreat because they cannot withstand the frequency of your newfound sovereignty and authenticity. Let them go with grace. But there will also be new kindred souls who draw near those who are not afraid of your light, but are drawn to it like planets to a life-giving sun. The lesson here is profound. Rebirth is not about proving you are more powerful than anyone else. It is about finally allowing yourself to live in perfect, unapologetic alignment with your own soul's truth. And that truth, like a powerful gravitational force, will naturally draw to you everything and everyone that truly belongs in your orbit, without you needing to chase, to convince, or to beg. Place your hand on your chest one more time. Feel that heartbeat. Each beat is a powerful reminder that you are still here. You have walked through the chill. You have waded through shadows. You have weathered the storm of envy and disregard, and yet the fire in your heart remains. No word, no person, no betrayal can ever extinguish your sun. This is the cycle of your rebirth. And trust me, my magnificent Leo, this is only the beginning. For when a Leo soul is truly reborn in their own light, the entire universe pays attention.